What's going on, guys? I am back with the Europe 3 stars of the week. We did North America yesterday. We are doing Europe today, and honestly, Europe looked really, really good compared to North America over the weekend. So a little bit of a harder choices to make, but let's get right into it. At number 3, Cooksier 97.
Gets a little bit more of an advantage on the 50-50, but it does go back into the hands of Zedek. But they quickly give that one back over to Flipside as Greasy forces it in, tries for a demo. Can't get a touch on Dan, but it is set up for Cooks by Markey, and a nice touchdown by the Batmobile.
Precision here. the batarang coming up from Cooks. He just weaves it right past the defense. That was a laser beam.
The invisible rumble perks.
That
right
was,
there. But only
that was
a one
quite the shot.
Again, though, now that he's done it a few times and expect, well, this is where we could see conditioning come in. They might expect a fake next time, and he'll just slam it into the net. We'll see if he has a chance for that. Markey to Cooks.
Wow.
What a passing play.
At first I thought that Markey had mistimed his jump a little bit. I wanted him to try to go for the shot, but he just gets enough of a little touch to put it right back for Cooks, who did not retreat. He waited for it. So
that was dirty.
That was an awesome play by
It is not easy playing Flipside in the RLCS, and Zedek found out firsthand playing against, obviously, Cooksier, Markey, and Greasy. And honestly, you could have went with Cooks or Markey. Probably both of them played exceptionally well throughout the series. This off-the-wall pass from Markey is fantastic. And then the Cooksier doesn't miss these shots. Look at that beautiful shot. The speed and the location, perfect from Cooks. And then games 1 and 2 were really close. So Zedek was playing pretty well. But then it started turning into a little bit of a blowout. And then this passing combination from Cooks to Markey back to Cooks was just phenomenal. And then after that, Markey kind of stole the show in Game 3. But I felt like Games 1 and 2, Cooksier was doing a little bit more of the impact player to keep them in the lead at the 2-0 series mark. And after that, I think Zedek just ran out of steam because it is very difficult to play against Flipside for that long. So Cooksier 97 getting the 3rd star of the week. He's averaging 1.67 goals per game, only in 3 games, so couldn't really show off too much. But just utter domination of Zedek Nation makes Europe probably extremely scared to play a Flipside team right now, because Zedek is also into league play as well. So they're no slouch, and Flipside made him look silly after about halfway through Game 2. So if Flipside can keep up that level of play, watch out. They might be repeating, going back to LAN, and who knows, maybe back-to-back world champs. Moving on to the 2nd star. This was a tough choice for me. I feel like these 2 stars were pretty close. But we're going to get right to it, and I went with Snacky as the 2nd star.
Watching this one with Krasic. Send it high. Sicky will be the first to respond. He and Farah both up on the wall. Bit of desperation here. Snacky with a nice setup. Can Farah finish this one?
Yes,
Gets it through.
he
What a
does.
play. He bounced it off the airborne defender.
this one. Snacky just jumps up from a complete stop to put it off the backboard. Krasic did his best to get in the way, but Farah just powers it through, and they just remain one goal.
Farah wants to finish this one in regulation, puts it onto the backboard, but GMS will be able to clear it away. Snacky out to Farah. They have the position. If they can just finish this off, Snacky puts it in. The buzzer beater.
Snazzy! He does it in the final seconds, touches it up to himself and follows it and dunks Jazer for the 0-second clutch goal to take game number 2. That is certainly going to be in the highlight package.
We got a series here, James. Pressure back. Jazer setting that one out. Sicky up to Snacky. Goes for the backboard play.
Snacky!
What is this?
He took advantage of GMS not being able to make the save. Sicky gets that block, and Sicky double taps it off the wall. GMS had to get the hit, but Snacky shuts it down yet again. Snacky is just a nightmare for Leaf Esports.
There you have it. Snacky coming in as the 2nd star. Played phenomenal, and it all started in Game 2. They were down 3-1, and this beautiful assist to Farah was actually a pretty good pass from Farah, but Snacky getting up first and actually getting it over the goal, right over Jazer, and then Farah just powering it through, and that started the comeback in Game 2. After that rough Game 1, it all started, and then with 0 seconds left, this is a phenomenal play. From midfield, while the ball is coming down, he powers through the ball to get it back up into the air and dunks over Jazer at 0 seconds. Extremely difficult play here, and Snacky, probably the play of the week, I would say, and Snacky getting the win, and that started the Leftovers on a 3-game win streak to take out Leaf Esports. The first time we see him on stream was for these games, and that play was insane, and he had even more plays than just these 3 highlights. So this play was great too. The double tap goal, just barely getting around GMS, throws it off the wall, but the ball actually makes his car tilt backwards. So then he has to do the rest of this from his car being upside down basically, and turns perfectly and has to get there extremely quickly. GMS a little bit of a missed save as well, but Snacky pulling out the goal to give them the lead in that crucial Game 4. And then he had another phenomenal goal in Game 4 where he flew from all the way across the arena and dunked on, I can't remember, I think it was GMS, and forcing the own goal out of it. And Snacky, the Leaf killer himself, comes in at number 2 for our 3 stars of the week. And finally, we're getting to the number 1 star. And before we even get there, watch out for the Leftovers. I think a lot of people won't be talking about them, but I think they can continue to grow here and maybe make a run at a LAN. It might take a little while, but I think they'll sneak in the playoffs, and it'll be a really tough matchup for whoever has to play them. And a lot of that is due to Snacky, the last remaining Supersonic Avengers player in League play. Anyway, moving on to the number 1 star. It is the Demolition God himself, for this week at least, Mystic.
On line right now. They don't want to take that 4-month off. They want to make sure they can keep competing. So the first goal went out, and then we see both teams.
Oh, what a pass
trying
play
not to
right
take too
now,
many
though.
risks.
That's
But in
going to
the
be
meantime,
a very peak. The placement was beautiful. The passing plays were precise. Incredible play to tie it up.
that touchdown, I cannot believe he got that. Mystic to K-Dop,
so
and then
good.
Fairy Peak cutting it all the way across the net. Fantastically read by him.
Maybe not the best touch. Gives that one to Pashy, but he loses control quickly back to K-Dop. Some midfield back and forth here. Both teams try to get control. Watching for each other's touches. Mystic to follow. Puts it down. And that's going to make it in. What a touch off the backboard to himself. And Mystic, the clutch goal.
Full control of this ball. Violent Panda, he tried. Woo! He tried so hard. He just wanted to touch that over. Nice and graceful to the corner. But he wasn't actually able to get a hard enough touch on that or early enough.
That was a good read from that pressure on we saw in game number 1. It can get scary. We know Maka has some great defense here. Nice hard clear for them. That'll set them up for an attack. As he puts one on target, that demo! Get wrecked, son. K-Dop will get a goal because of it.
Mystic put his sights so early on Killer. He was in his own half. He saw Killer number 7 trying to retreat. He's like, I got him. From his own half, he just targeted him. He chased him all the way down. A little bit more.
And there we have it, guys. Mystic coming in for the number 1 player of the week. Like, if you looked at the stat line, it might not show that well. Like, this beautiful pass will show nothing on the stats whatsoever because the 2 other players also helped on the assist. But it all starts with Mystic getting up extremely quickly and dropping that down perfectly for his teammates. Mocket themselves, they have a lot of trust between these 3 players, and they're really using it effectively. Mystic, he had 3 demolitions that led to goals, which again doesn't really show on the stat line. And then right here we see the dunk over Violent Panda. Beautiful play right here. He actually tries to read Violent Panda, I believe, unless he runs out of boost. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think he still has a little bit left in the tank and gets the dunk for the goal. That was another one of those top plays of the week for sure. And then finally right here, we'll get to see the demolition play for himself. First, he avoids the demo there and then gets the pinch clear and immediately goes for the demolition. He trusts his teammates so much that, like, I don't have to shoot. I know my teammates can throw this ball on net. I am going for the goalie immediately. And that was one of just 3 demo goals during that second series when they played Penta. They unfortunately lost to Pocket, but then came out really strong against a tough Penta squad and took them out 3-0. And Mystic had a phenomenal performance. Again, not so much on the stat line, but he also had 11 saves in 8 games. So he was doing a lot of it on the defensive end as well. But watch out for him for the demos coming up this season, because he looked like he was timing those pretty well with Fairy Peak and K-Dop helping him out on the shots. So look out for Mocket. They are one of my favorites this season in Europe. They might have lost a pocket this weekend, but it is a tough European scene. But Mystic coming out huge. Who needs Northern Gaming, right? Like, he performed exceptionally well on this new Mocket squad. I can't wait to see them play against Northern Gaming, see who comes out on top. But Mystic is your number 1 star of the week. Number 2, Snacky, the Leaf Killer. And number 3, Cooksier, which he does everything right. You know, he's just too good at this game. Didn't have to show too much this week, but look out for these 3 players as we continue on into league play. Europe should be a really exciting league play. A lot of good teams there, a lot of talent mixed in there. So should be a fun time. But until next week, guys, let me know if you like these videos, if I should do them differently. This is my first go at it for the first week with Europe and North America. I hope you're enjoying them. I enjoy making them. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Later.